Hey everyone, so my name's Ryan, and quick disclaimer before I get into these videos, I am not a uh, professional speaker, or I don't have any editing skills that I know of, so I'm going to be using basic equipment, recording simple videos, and hopefully you guys can follow along with me and, you know, understand that this is all a learning experience for me as well. So I hope you guys enjoy the ride. It's been pretty interesting for me. Thank you. So it all starts around September, October of 2022. I don't really know what happened because I can't really describe it very well. But if I had to, I would say I got entirely fed up with the situation I was in. I was fighting depression and just a lot of confusing things in my life that I couldn't control. And that lack of control and a lot of other things coupled together made it so I just I gave up. And I wanted so desperately for there to be change that I picked up my phone, started going for long walks every day, and during those walks I would think of something to say, and I'd say it into my phone, followed by a little catchphrase of never give up. And I did, like, 15 plus, maybe 20 videos, maybe more, because I didn't post a lot of them because they were over a minute, and I couldn't go over 1 minute on YouTube for YouTube Shorts. The information that I was saying was motivational. The problem was that it was all words and there was very little action involved. I had to psych myself up to the point where I would actually do something, which I eventually did. I got around to getting, I was doing more and more courses and educating myself and things like that, reading a lot of books, but eventually I was able to, pull in some larger jobs because I was in construction at the time, and they paid me well, and I just kind of went in and I'm just like, I'm going to do this. I'm just going to do whatever I possibly can. And I got beat down hard. That, whack-a-mole style, I can do this, bam, man, it fucking hurt. So I tried. I did so much, but there were things that kept holding me back. And it took me talking to a few people, some people who, counseling, I guess you could say. And once I was able to pinpoint what the problem was and talk about it and get through it and stuff like that, by that time it was roughly late December. And so late December, early January, I was coming into this with this very refreshed and motivated viewpoint where I'm like, I can do this, I can do this. And previously, I did not want to do life insurance because it was just too much for me. I couldn't think about death all the time. It would just drive me in, right? It would drive me crazy. But after, I didn't have that, and I was able to focus, and over a period of months, rather than just thinking and speaking motivationally, my actions spoke for me. I finished many courses and I got to the point where I finally got my license. I failed the first one, but I passed the second time. And I got my license. I did everything I needed to do, and then I went to the company that, promised to hire me, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready. And then they're like, good. Now here's a bunch more stuff that you have to learn and do, and so I'm like, okay. And I did it, and I just kept going and going and doing everything I can. Now, I started today on my first day of the job, and I haven't technically started because I'm still in training, But I want to say that at no point did I not have doubts. At no point did I not hesitate and completely freak out and go, oh my God, am I going to be able to do this? That was always on my mind. I just didn't listen to it. I just said, okay, if I have to gripe, I'm going to call up my best friend. I'm going to just get it all off my chest. And then I'm just going to okay, thank you for listening. And, okay, clean slate tomorrow. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And just kept going. And if I didn't have that attitude, if I didn't have that wherewithal, pick yourself up by the bootstraps and just keep going, I wouldn't have been able to get everything done in the amount of time I needed, because life throws curveballs. And one of the biggest curveballs was right as I was about to do all this stuff, my father-in-law got sick. He had to do surgery, and things became very difficult because I had to study and handle the kids and do, wife, husband stuff around the house, all that stuff, while I was taking care of my father-in-law pretty much full-time with my wife's assistance. And so life is always going to throw you as much as you can handle, and potentially more, because that's what builds your character. Or at least that's what I believe. And so today was my first day. It's the end of the day, and I feel exhausted and tired, but I promised myself that before I actually start this job, I would get all of the previous stuff logged and speak about it, so that when I am doing what I'm doing, when I'm doing this job and moving forward, I can believe that I am on the starting line and I'm moving towards that goal that I put. Because if anybody watched those videos, the one thing that I was so adamant about doing is I just wanted to get to the starting line. I felt if I could just get there, then everything would be okay. And so now, whether this is the starting line or not, I don't know, but it's definitely a starting point. And so I wanted to fill in the gaps between the beginning of this journey and now, because I want to keep this up. And I appreciate letting me rant. I I really hope everything turns out well. My goals for the short term are to literally just learn this job, learn the ropes, learn everything. I am a little bit of afraid to offend, but I'm going to figure that out, because I want to be able to just speak my mind to these people and say what I want to say, and for them to just understand and be like, you know what, I get it. We can help you with that. We can get you to that goal. We can, and that's what I want, That is hopefully where I will be when I make the next video. I'll find out how that works out. Anyway, let me know if you have any questions or feedback or comments or anything like that. Go ahead and put it below. Ask me. I'll try to interact. And hopefully don't yell at me if the editing is crazy or if the video is too long. I love you guys. I appreciate the time. I'll see ya.